Hey everybody, this is Levi, customer care rep here at Crossroads Chevrolet for our service department. And this is another Lessons with Levi. Today we're here with Mr. Craig. He's our service manager here at Crossroads, and he is going to be talking about the importance of checking your tires. Craig, go ahead and tell us a little bit about tires.
All right, so there's a few reasons to keep a close watch on your tires. One is to really understand the job that the tire does. As you wouldn't like walking around with a worn out tennis shoe or a hole in your boot, same way with the tires. The tires are basically the shoes for the vehicle. There's what maintain contact between the vehicle and the road. So there's certain things we can look for, such as this tire right here. This tire right here has plenty of tread on it, and most folks would look at this tire and consider this tire a good tire. Right. But if you notice, if you look down in these grooves, you can see these little lines forming down in the deep part of these grooves. That's called dry rotting. The problem with this tire, it's just old. It probably doesn't have many miles on it, but it's on a vehicle it's probably set around a little bit, and just from the environment, heat, cooling down, driving it, the rubber ages and it gets harder and stiffer. When it does that, and then you attempt to drive it a long distance or get it out on the highway on a hot day, the rubber does what it is doing here. It just starts coming apart. The rubber starts peeling up and flaking. Well, then that gets worse and worse, and before long you have a blowout. And so another thing with this is when you have a problem with the tire, like a hole in the tire, you run over something, you have a low tire, you take it to your dealership, your garage, and there's a nail in it. And they plug it or patch it, okay?
Was a plug or a patch, is that a bad idea? Is that a good idea?
Well, it's not necessarily a bad idea if it's done right. So suppose you had a nail in a tire in between the top part of the tread where the tread bends over from here to here, and there is plenty of tread left on this tire. There wouldn't be a problem putting a plug in it, which they do from the outside of the tire, or if it's called for it, they could patch it from the inside of the tire. But the problem is when you have a hole on the sidewall of the tire. This sidewall of the tire is what acts as the spring for the tire. That's what gives you your ride qualities. It helps hold the vehicle up. And so when you plug a tire on the sidewall and this side of this tire moves and flexes, this hole can actually get bigger and cause a blowout, which can lead to, a major accident. Right. Another thing that can cause a major accident is a tire that's just getting wore out, such as this tire right here. You'll notice this tire here has very little tread left on it. And the main problem with that, this tire may hold air, it may ride fine down the road, but the problem is that all tires are designed to do a specific job. One main job that all tires do is they remove the water from underneath the tire and wick it out past it so that the vehicle maintains contact with the asphalt, even in rainy or snow or conditions like that. So suppose you're coming to an underpass and there's water built up when we get one of those really heavy downpours. If you drove this tire across it at any speed at all, you'd have a condition that's called hydroplaning. That means that the tire loses contact with the asphalt and there's actually a layer of water between the tire and the ground, and you have no control of the vehicle whatsoever at that point in time. And so that's why it's very, very important to look at the condition of your tires and, make sure that or if you don't feel comfortable doing it, bring it by here. We'll be more than glad to look at it for you.
Absolutely. So looking at your tires matters, paying attention to how deep the tread is, if they're getting dry rotted. These are just a few things here. And thank you, Craig, for all that information. It's important for you as a customer to pay attention to your tires. If you're not sure how to check them out, bring them by here at Crossroads. We'd love to check it out for you. And I need you to stay tuned, because on our next Lessons with Levi, we're going to learn how to properly check your tires. We've got a couple different options to be able to check them for you at home. Thank you so much for tuning in with us today, and I hope you have a great day.